Got it. Good evening. It is my honor to welcome you to Grand River Prep High School commencement ceremony for the class of 2021. The seniors who walk across this stage tonight have met and exceeded every challenge and expectation given to them over the past 4 years. Seniors, please be seated. Seniors, it's been an honor for our staff to work with each of you. This evening's ceremony is dedicated to you and your accomplishments. Be sure to congratulate yourself and reflect on all you have done and all the opportunities before you. Along those same lines, I would actually ask all of you to stand back up and turn and face your parents. Seniors, I would ask that you give all of your family members, friends, guardians, and loved ones who are here to celebrate with you a round of applause for not only coming today, but all of the support they have given you throughout your educational journey. Okay, seniors, I would ask you to remain standing to also thank another important group of people who have helped you to get to this stage I am standing on, and that is to your teachers. Please take a moment and give this tremendous group of educators a round of applause for all the hard work they have poured into you, knowing the great people that you are to become. Last but not least, while it has been my honor to serve as your principal for the last half of the last year of your high school career, there is someone else who has served as your leader for the majority of your time in high school. Mrs. Woodward has led Grand River Prep to the high school that it is today and continues to do so in her new role as the Director of School Quality for Grand River Prep on behalf of NHA. While she did not know this was going to happen, which I'm sure I'm going to hear about later, I would like to ask you all to join me in giving Mrs. Woodward a round of applause for all of her service to Grand River Prep. It has also been brought to my attention, seniors, and I don't know if he's here yet, but I believe Mr. Romo, if he is not here now, will be here shortly. So please be on the lookout for him afterwards. I'm sure he wants to congratulate all of you as well. Okay. With that, seniors, you can be seated again. I also want to take some time and thank all the students and their families here this evening for your patience and understanding with all of the changes and shifts we've had to make this year. This year has proven the validity of the phrase, "We are all in this together." And this year has shown that our greatest strength at Grand River Prep is our families, our community, our staff, our board, and all of our willingness to come together with the goal of doing what is best for our students. I would now like to introduce Mr. Andy DeVries, Grand River Preparatory High School Board President. Mr. DeVries is a graduate of Calvin University and earned his Master of Arts from Central Michigan University. He has extensive teaching experience both at the K-9 level and as a professor at Calvin College. He has been our school board president at Grand River Prep since we opened our doors nearly 10 years ago, and was the school board president at Excel Charter Academy for many, many years prior to that. He's an accomplished author, savvy businessman, and has spent over 45 years officiating high school soccer. He has been happily married for 46 years, has 2 daughters, 1 son, and 7 grandkids. It is with great pleasure and honor that I welcome to the stage Mr. Andy DeVries.
Greetings, parents, relatives, grandpas, grandmas, aunts and uncles, students, faculty, staff, and everybody else that I might have missed. This morning at 5 o'clock, I woke up and I thought, I don't like my speech. And so I made a new one. And this is something I haven't practiced, so you're getting it right off the cuff. The reason I changed it is because I've had quite a few opportunities to speak to graduating classes. And I'm wondering how many of those speeches were remembered. And I thought, if I'm going to share anything with you, it's going to be something about you, not about me, not about something that could happen in the future or has happened in the past, but about you. So I wanted to take you back a few years to when you were freshmen, when you first came to Grand River Prep. What was it like back then? A lot of you came from charter feeder schools, others came from schools that were in the area, but you were Titans. You weren't Titans yet, but you were going to become Titans. And Titans are powerful. They're influential. You can't be that as a ninth grader. Ninth grade must have been a whole lot of fun. I think it was a pretty easy time. I think it was fun to be a ninth grader. I think that the bands played and the choir sang and the arts painted. I know that the people that were in the fine arts put on a really nice play that year. And you were all involved in that, and your teachers were with you. Graduation was pretty simple. Also that year, the agreement with Davenport University was signed, and maybe some of you are benefiting from that today. The next year was your sophomore year. Sophomore year, you had a play. I don't know if any of you were in it, but you did West Side Story. It was a great play. How many of you remember being in that play or remember the play? Okay, a few of you do, thanks. And the band was getting better, and the choir was getting better, and everything at Grand River Prep was pretty cool. I took a few notes, and I wanted to share them. All the sports teams were competing that year. Mrs. Woodward won the award as Administrator of the Year. How many of you remember that? We had that big surprise for her at in the gym, and it was just so cool to see that happen because Grand River Prep's been around a while, and we were okay, but we were on the cusp of being great. And Mrs. Woodward had so much to do with that. She was a driving force behind that, and we're forever grateful for her. And she was recognized as Administrator of the Year. We had the graduation ceremony at Calvin University. It was the biggest crowd we ever had. I think we had almost 2,000 people there. And it was a wonderful, wonderful event. I was so happy to be there, to be able to give that speech and watch all the kids and the parents and see the future that was just unfolding in front of me. The junior year, things were going smoothly until a deadly virus hit. School shut down. We learned how to teach remotely. We wear masks. We learned about social distancing. Teachers learned how to promote education online. We make Zoom calls. We set up different areas where people could hook up their tablets in the areas around their homes. The graduation speech is made to a camera. I remember there were 4 people there. I spoke to a camera, and there were the valedictorian, the salutatorian, and then we had the graduation ceremony in the school parking lot. I don't know if any of you remember that. Maybe some of your parents do, but that was an absolute riot. There were dogs there, there were cats, there were their parents, and there was honking of horns, and it was a controlled chaos. But it was pretty exciting. After that year, we still didn't know what was happening, and we had one huge surprise. Romo left. It was terribly difficult for us. He was so experienced, he knew everything about you, and he was a wonderful administrator working with you. And many administrators with experience applied. Mr. Irwin stood out. I remember it came down to the final 3. Mrs. Woodward and I were talking about it, and Mr. Irwin sealed the deal with this statement: I want this job. That's something that maybe you can take with you when you're applying somewhere and you think it might be over your head, but you know how good you are. And you can say, I want this job, like Mr. Irwin did. Mrs. Woodward is promoted. Mr. Irwin is promoted. Mr. Everett becomes Dean of Intervention. Mr. Haller is hired as Vice Principal. Rules from the state change continually. As a board president, I can't tell you how often we had to meet because the rules changed. Do you need dividers? Do you need masks? Yes, you need dividers. No, you don't need dividers. You can come on Monday and Wednesday or Tuesday and Thursday. What are we going to do? It changed constantly. We're on the phone continually trying to figure out what we were going to do. It had to be difficult for you too. I met with Mr. Irwin in May. He said, we have serious work to do. We had so many students that weren't on track. The teachers and the students buckled down. I just talked to Mr. Everett, who told me that they couldn't have done it without you. You really learned how to persevere. You really learned how to step up. You did things that you had never done before. Then Mr. Smeads was announced as Teacher of the Year, and some good things started to happen. Josh Fernando, Telly Kirkland, and Zamarian Perkins emerged as leaders on the basketball team, resulting in the Titans winning a conference championship. I believe that was your first one. Kira Vandermolen, Luis Ramirez, and Madison Smith and Alicia Soul maintained excellent grades and test scores in AP classes, while they're also working jobs and being duly enrolled in college classes. They're also working to establish a task force to advise the governor of preserving state land. 23 students earned the Michigan State Seal of Literacy in Spanish and English. Alexis Alfaro got a full ride to MIT. The staff has adapted so well to every challenge thrown at them. I remember in the 60s when I was going to college, and the 70s when I was doing my graduate work, we were prepared, but nobody prepared these teachers for what they had to do, and they couldn't have done it were not you so willing to work. Mr. Everett again told me these kids made it happen. They spent countless hours, the teachers spent countless hours connecting with students and families to try to find ways to get students to be successful in their classes. And it looks like we're going to have everybody getting a diploma this year. I am so pleased with that you know, it's been 10 years now, and we've batted 1,000. And I was worried that we weren't going to be able to pull it off, but you did. You worked hard, and that perseverance is going to pay off in the future. So here's the deal. You've achieved greatness through perseverance. You will be powerful and influential in your lives. You're aspiring Titans. May this date be the beginning of your legacy. Congratulations, and may God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. DeVries. It is my pleasure to now welcome to the stage our selected senior speaker, Jasmine Nguyen. When you're done, I'll come grab this from you so it doesn't blow away. Okay.
Good evening, families, friends, teachers, fellow classmates, he's, hers, and theys. I would like to start off by thanking everyone for joining us today in the celebration. I would like to start off by thanking everyone today for joining us in the celebration of the hardworking class of 2021. This year has not been easy for us, and we were faced with new challenges and circumstances every day as COVID took over our lives. But that didn't stop our class from pursuing our goals that we set, because look at us today. We made it to the end. We faced big storms before we could get here, and I believe that the saying, "May the flowers remind us why the rain was so necessary," resembles this year quite well. We were faced with a pandemic where we had to adapt to big changes that we have never experienced before, which is like the rain and storm before the flowers bloom. But now today, we are somehow all together one last time to celebrate us. We blossomed into a field of flowers after the storm. I love to say we only dealt with one pandemic this past year with COVID, but let's be real here. I think the seniors overcame another one, senioritis. But let's take it back just like in the Cupid Shuffle real quick and start from the beginning. 1,373 days ago, freshman year, where all our memories began. We were young underclassmen trying to find our way through Grand River, doing our best to unlock our lockers as fast as we could, or for some, sticking a pencil into the lock so they didn't need to put in the combination. And I don't think we'll ever forget the smell of the burning popcorn in the lunchroom. And of course, we can't forget about the assemblies too. But let's not get too in-depth with that. Our class can hold on to that strong memory of that day between one another. Following freshman year was our sophisticated sophomore year, where we all got a little taller, but I don't think I can relate to that. But I think we can all remember Mr. Jackson disappearing out of thin air while walking down the steps in the Commons. We all left that year with more knowledge and excited that we were halfway done with our high school career. I'd say junior year was a bit different than how anyone expected it to end, and it was the last time our whole class was together until today. Who would have ever thought that March 12th would be the last time we sat with one another, eating lunch, spilling the tea, or making beats in the lunchroom? We experienced taking our AP exams at home and Google Meets for the first time. We all felt that rush of nervousness when we got called on through the meet and no one would turn their cameras or mics on. And I think we still all get that adrenaline rush still every now and again. Can we all agree that working from home consisted of listening to the Google Meet like it was a podcast? Or is that just me? I don't think anyone expected our senior year to end like this. We worked through long days through our Chromebook screens by ourselves with minimal communication with our classmates every day, and we didn't get to experience the senior year we all wished and hoped for. And I guess we finished our high school career by leaving the Google Meet for the last time. What I love about our class is how hopeful we are, because despite the circumstances we faced this year, we were all open-minded with the many changes. And I think it makes us one unique and memorable class that no one will ever forget about. We have come a long way now, and we are wrapping up our senior year. Be proud of yourselves for finishing up the most difficult and different school year anyone has ever experienced. It is a big accomplishment to have come all this way. As we part ways tonight, going to adulthood, many of us going to college, the workforce, or in our own unique paths, I know that each and every one of us will build an amazing future because this year has made us into stronger and more determined individuals. I want you all to always remember to do what your heart desires and what makes you happy. I believe in all of us that we will all have a very bright and successful future. We all overcame the big storm, and we are now the flowers that are blooming. Congratulations, class of 2021. Be proud of yourselves and believe in all your big dreams. Everyone is so proud of you. Thank you, families and teachers, for supporting us throughout these past 4 years. And of course, we can't forget about Quizlet too. We don't know where we would be without you. We're Titans for lifers, and here's to new doors opening and a start to a new beginning. Thank you.
Thank you, Jasmine. It is now my pleasure to welcome our valedictorian, Kyra Vandermolen, to the stage.
Good evening, everyone. I can't tell you how happy I am we're actually all together in person for once, and we've all made it. Some of you guys are acutely aware that I really didn't want to make this speech, so for that reason, and also because it's really hot outside and I don't think you guys came to see me talk, I'm going to keep it really short and sweet for you guys. So first I wanted to thank all of the staff, teachers, parents, and members of the board that worked so diligently to keep our school year running smoothly despite the chaos of the world around us. It is no small feat to change the entire schedule and methods of a school in such a short period of time, but I can say that considering all of us are here graduating today, it was a success. Secondly, and I hope you guys will forgive me for this, considering my future major, I'd like to do a little linguistic self-reflection on my title. Valedictorian comes from the Latin valedicere, which is a compound word composed of the word vale, meaning goodbye, and dicere, meaning to say. Essentially, the valedictorian is the person that gives the farewell speech, or the person that says goodbye. In my opinion, however, this is a pretty shallow meaning of the term, especially since vale doesn't just mean goodbye, it's a command. It means be strong, or be well. So the valedictorian is really the person that tells everyone to be strong and do well. But considering this class of 2021, I don't think I need to do that. We have already proven ourselves to be adaptable hard workers, both during the mostly online pandemic-heavy last third of our high school careers and beforehand, and also during this really windy graduation ceremony. Whether it be through athletic or theatrical or musical or academic pursuits, every single one of us has succeeded in some capacity, and that is why we are all here today. I feel confident in saying that as all of you venture off into whatever challenge you have chosen for yourself, you will succeed, because we have already shown that we can overcome adversity. And even if your first career proves not to be your final, I think that this year has shown that all of us are extremely flexible. Congratulations, class of 2021. Valete omnes, and may your future years be even more incredible than the ones that have passed. Thank you all.
We will now present diplomas to the 2021 Grand River Preparatory High School graduating class. Kyra Vandermolen, Alexis Fuentes Alfero, Madison Smith, Kristen Mitchelson, Lane Stirk, Aiden Vincent, Ruth Hedges, Amelia Nee. Pause for just a second. I would like to take a moment to honor Zoe Santiago, for receiving the highest distinction of summa cum laude. Through no fault of her own, she was not in attendance at our honors night and missed the ability to be recognized for her achievement. Please join me in a round of applause for this tremendous accomplishment. Congratulations, Zoe. Michael Jackson, Damani Jashemi, Joy Andre, Atsiri Diaz, Kaiser Kinsley, Preston Merrill, Emlyn Merrill, Carrie-Ann Reynolds, Emily Stirk, Hannah Loroff, Emily Krulikowski, Christina What, Jasmine Mywin, Elizabeth Vargas, Sofia Auregi Tapia, Jeanette Quirino, Nurit Gonzalez Martinez, Genesis Alvarado, Isabel Munoz, Madison Piles, Hannah Kay, Ashlyn Grace Plessick, Kiara Walter, Vanessa Bravo, Catalina Miranda Vasquez, Yolanda Gonzalez Perez, Carmen Cano Diaz, Emmanuel Vasquez Villa, Gary Miranda Hernandez, Javier Ruiz, Oscar Esquivias, Caleb Cata, Kevin Reyes, Rolisha Reynolds, Alasia Herring, Melinda Anderson, Jasenia Carias Agustin, Karen Reyes Alatorre, Emily Agustin Mazariegos, Taina Kos, Catalino Cano Diaz, Ardian Lahu, Sierra Heron, Hunter Rhodes, David Munoz, Riley Pierce, Philip Gillespie, Erica Payne, Olivia Harris, Jada Wozniak, Ashley Moreno, Jeremiah McConnor, Janessa Westice, Johnny Carreno, Erica Miller, be careful, Benay Neon Nukru,
Oh, no, you lost the hat. Here, let me get it.
Aileen Umutunaiwes, Kathleen Amezcua, Luis Rodriguez Reynoso, Madeline Harrelson, Joshua Fernando, Trent Herrera, Tully Kirkland, Amaria Matthews, Jacqueline Gutierrez, Chrysalyn Talbert, Jalea Wilborn, Ewan Fraser Merritt, Abigail Hayner, Mercy Bestman, Yanalise Mercado, Zitlali Cortez, Alma Frutos, Christina Moreno, Ivan Lopez, Ethan Eiler, Madison Gonzalez, Sandra Lamas Rodriguez, Eli Iginuef, Braden Lewis, Luis Ramirez, Julius Gatson, Alicia Soul, Trinity Kane, Arlette Zitlali Diaz, Maximiliano Juarez Maceda, Tyler Sawyer, Eric Vasquez, Connor Bowen, Kayla Stewart, Colin Campbell, Nolan Klish, John Rivas, Jose Rivera Sosa, Rafael Abuchi, Zamarian Perkins, Ariel Sober, Ariane Houston, Ken Urena, Austin Knuth, Melvin Tamayo, Mara Painter, Mackenzie Brower, Raimundo Ruiz Martinez, Jason Barrios, Destiny Washington, Marianne Manning, Aman Ra Ali, Yasmin Cottle, Kiana Gooden, Amy Wynn, Alejandro Alcaraz, Pamela Villa-Bravo, Miguel Velasquez, Sonia Lucas Lopez. Yeah.
We're just going to wait a second while everybody finishes up their photo, and then we'll finish up. While the last seniors are finishing up, I now ask that Alexis Fuentes Alfaro, class salutatorian, come to the stage for the ceremonial moving of tassels. Seniors, oh, people in the back row are going to be mad. Seniors, please stand. As the principal, I certify that these seniors have met all of the graduation requirements set forth by Grand River Prep and the state of Michigan. Alexis, will you please move your tassel from right to left, signifying that you've all graduated. Seniors, will you please turn around and face your parents one more time? Parents and families, I present the class of 2021. Okay, toss the hats. 1, 2, and 3.